can do a lot more. I know, Gbenga, you talk about diversification, and I really don't like to talk so much about diversification because it's for most part of our lives, probably even from high school you've heard it. But let's just talk about the RT200 policy. So if you can give us a bit of overview, what it's supposed to do or what the CBN is trying to achieve, and then what your own thinking and perspective is in terms of implementation.
Okay, the RT200 program is a laudable one, in my opinion. I think it's something that is long overdue, and it shows that the CBN is thinking, and they are saying, although I think it's coming a bit late, it should have come something like this should have come up a couple of years ago, but it's better late than never. So on the 10th of February, the CBN had a bankers committee meeting, and the governor of the central bank, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, launched this new policy, and it's aimed at driving in about $200 billion within the next 3 to 5 years. And for a long time, for many years, we've depended solely on oil as the major source of FX. It's the aim is to grow non-oil proceeds of FX, and it's better late than never. So they want to increase the foreign exchange inflows, diversify FX income, looking at the non-oil exports, giving trying to expand what we get in that regard. Then they also want to ensure a steady FX inflow, because the our FX inflow has been vulnerable based on how the international crude oil prices go. When it's going high, it indicates that there's going to be more inflow, and when prices dwindle, it reduces what we get. So if we grow the non-oil export side, we are going to it won't just be growing that. We won't just be having an increased FX inflow from that side. We would be able to stabilize. So when things are not going well from the oil side, I mean, we would have something. We will have a cushion to fall back on. So it's also aiming at adding value and maybe creating jobs and employment locally, for rather than us exporting our commodities at a crude state, or rather than exporting agricultural products. It also aims at adding value, processing them to semi-finished goods, or in some cases, if possible, finished goods if we have the technology, and getting more value, getting more dollars for what we export. So, like I said earlier, the hope is to get about $200 billion in foreign exchange, and the government has the CBN has put in a lot of other things. It's anchored on five cardinal points. The first one is looking at value adding exports. They are going to give preference to that. Then they're also going to give they're also going to focus on non-oil commodities, expansion facility, then non-oil FX rebate scheme, dedicated non-oil export terminal, and they would have a biannual non-oil export summit. So the CBN is going to dole out funds in form of loans to various manufacturers and producers who they think would add value to non-oil and it's going to be at a very an affordable rate, 5% for 10 years with 2 years moratorium period. And there are other incentives like they'll be giving 65 naira for every $1 they repatriate, and it's sold to other parties. Well, when they repatriate and sell in the I&E windows, they're going to get 35 naira for $1. I think this is a very good initiative, and my fears are that the CBN governor is not going to be there forever. So if and when a new CBN governor comes, if he should continue with this, I think it would impact positively going forward. Then we also need to educate people, educate manufacturers to understand that there's an opportunity regarding this. When I say opportunity regarding this, I'm talking about the loan, the facilities, and everything the CBN has put together for them to take advantage of.
So thanks, Benga, but I was also thinking maybe it could be a bit more specific, because sometimes the policies make sense at a technical level, but at the granular consumer level, sometimes we feel very detached from it. So what are the key sectors that we think, because you've mentioned manufacturing, and I was thinking things around arts and culture, exporting our entertainment could also be instrument. Maybe the RT200 could also favor that, given the fact that we have a very youthful population, which knows to be quite creative. So I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, they're also looking at IT and creative businesses. So those people in art and entertainment also would benefit from this.
Okay.
We also export entertainment. We export, our guys are going out and we sell our entertainment products outside the shore of the country. So it is one of the sectors that the CBN is looking at also.
So I have a bit of a flip question now. So what do you think? You've mentioned change in CBN governor could be one of the stumbling blocks we'll see to this policy at the end of the day, in terms of ability to deliver over a long period of time. So what are the other challenges you see regarding this into the future?
I hope this will not be politicized.
Yeah.
That it will be done on merit,
okay,
and it wouldn't create. There wouldn't be bottlenecks where corrupt government officials would capitalize on this to enrich themselves.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Femi. Is there anything you would like to share? I know you have experience working with, the SME segment. So maybe based on that perspective, if there's any opinion you have regarding
the RT200. I think I'm going to share Benga's optimism at believing that the government is going to follow through, the CBN is going to follow through on this. And basically, from what I understand, it's just to encourage non-oil exports. So we're looking at people that are doing things that are value adding. So basically, we're not just looking at the primary export commodities. We're not looking at commodities alone. Finished goods that can bring more effects into the country to help the already tight situation. So I think I'm hopeful too. For once, I think Emefiele, let me not say for once, I think this time Emefiele is going to get it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much, Benga. And thank you, Femi.